Hey Larry, had to change it up a little today. Melanie will be here shortly. I think I've gotten most of the cleanup done, with the exception of filling up waterers, but that's easier to do than the rest of it. Lily. And they'll be a little more attentive to everything when Melanie gets here. Garbage on the floor over here like always. Not to include the packing paper garbage that's been over there for the past few days because they play around in it all day. I'm not going to take that away from them. Hey, Lynette. So the deal is that got to leave a little early. My dad had surgery today in Birmingham. They were on the way back, and I offered to pick up some dinner so my mom didn't have to get out and leave him by himself or anything like that. And they eat a lot earlier than we do these days because we're always late getting home and all that. So I'm going to try to get out of here earlier than I usually do and take care of that. On good days, I'm able to people start kind of disappearing out of here on the quiet days between 4 and 5 o'clock. And when there's nobody here, I can usually get started on everything a little earlier anyway. And it worked out today where that happened. So everybody's got a full belly and shouldn't have any complaints. I was really surprised that Wilson hung out in my lap some today. He's done it before, but never out here in the main room. He's normally kind of shy in the main room when there's other people around, but not today. Lionel was a little jealous because Lionel spent most of the day in my lap. He jumped down long enough to, hey Tina. Lionel jumped down from my lap long enough to stand next to me and cry because he wasn't in my lap. So I would pick him back up and put him back in my lap again, and that process repeated several times throughout the day. Y'all forgive me just a second. I'm going to rub this off, and it's like there was a smudge on my lens or something. Either that or it's just blurry. And maybe my signal will not die. This door got pushed closed, and I need to make sure nobody is trapped in there. There is a Clara in there. And now a Percy in there. So I got a call today from a man who had called the vet's office asking about kittens. And he wants to meet these guys. He said it was possible that he was going to come by today, and then he called me back and said it probably wasn't going to work out today. But he told me that if he didn't get in touch with me before, he would definitely see me Saturday. He was an older guy, super nice. So the vet reference is already taken care of there. But I'm hopeful that he'll come before Saturday. Hey, Connie. I hope he'll come before Saturday and meet them when they're not all wound up and scared like I'm afraid they're going to be. A guy called me earlier today, and he is interested in adopting a kitten. The vet, he called the vet's office, and they referred him to me. So, but like I say, I'd rather him come here and meet them when they're comfortable and doing what they do, as opposed to Saturday, because I mean, it's just a crapshoot as to how they're going to respond to Saturday's happenings. Stumpy was lazy today. She got on top of the cat tree, and I don't think I saw her move all day. She just slept. I did put the birds on the TV for him again today, so she watched the birds from the cat tree, but she didn't get up and move around much, if at all. I didn't see her move. And I was here all day with the exception of going downstairs to heat up my lunch in the microwave. So unless she got down while I was down there, she didn't move. But this one could not stay out of my lap today. As I was saying, he got in my lap and he jumped down just so he could cry about not being in my lap again. And Stella did a lot of that today, if you can hear her. Hank's got to go check it out. But Melanie should be here any minute, and we can hopefully get some jumps in before I have to go. Yeah, it's Stella. Oh, and about the camera audio, I have been leaving it on, but kind of had some sensitive work stuff going on, and I wouldn't always remember to turn it off in the mornings. I wouldn't remember to remote in to turn it down. And if anybody got here before me, I was worried about broadcasting business stuff all over the internet, so I've just left it off the past few days. Hopefully things will calm down in the next little bit, assuming there will be any kittens after the weekend, and hopefully I can turn it back on. You won't miss much other than the sound of their hooves running across the floor and Stella crying really loud every now and then. But speaking of laps, even this guy got in my lap for a while today. I guess he got jealous of Lionel. He didn't stay long, but he did jump in my lap, which he used to do a lot of when we would sit on the floor when he was smaller. He didn't do that so much anymore. I think he would, given the opportunity, if he was in a home and you were around him all the time and laying on the couch, because he's done that with when I've laid on the couch in the spare room. He'll jump up and kind of curl up on my legs. But as far as lap sitting when I'm in my chair, not so much. Speak of the devil.
Hello, Zelda.
They're ready to do some sweet jumps.
What are you doing, Zelda? Hey, sweet girl. Hey, Stella. I'm out and about.
She's been out and about all day. She has not had the zoomies today like she did the past couple of days. This one,
Lionel?
yeah. Crybaby lap cat.
That bag is scary. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Mr. Krabs.
And Mr. Dog. And Percy, before you run away, with a chirp.
Hey, Aaron. Yeah, given the right circumstances, I think any cat will do it. Percy. You guys ready for some sweet jumps?
Wilson?
He's right there by the scratching post.
I just pointed at him. Wilson, what you doing? gonna run away? So he always does when I first come in. Buddy.
What about you, Doc? You ready for some jumps?
What are you being football? Hey. You think me? Dog. You big goof. Wilson. Okay.
At least all the hard work's done.
Yeah, hard enough climbing up those stairs in my dumb shoes.
Why did you wear those dumb shoes? Let's move over here so maybe I'm out of the danger zone, which who knows, with her using the feather, I might get headbutted by Doc again.
Who's chattering? Doc. Who else? Hank? Hank's chattering?
Nope. It's already started.
Oh, nowhere to go. Come on. What are you doing, Wilson? Let me pet you now. Ow! Stop it. What'd you get?
I try to hold this at just the right height so you can see them on the floor and when they jump, and I haven't quite figured it out yet. I don't think they're paying attention to Stella right now. Hey, Kelly. I don't know if you guys can hear Doc chattering. And I almost missed Wilson's jump by trying to show you Doc.
Zelda's chattering out of me too.
Where is she? Is she in the chair? Doc. See if I can get in close on him doing it. Paying too much attention to Doc's chattering and missing the jumps. I think this is probably what they want me to do in the middle of the day, and I just don't have time to do it during work hours. But I'll buy us a new laser pointer and can start using that for them while I'm at my desk with minimal effort.
Yeah, they make like robot ones. Like toys that just shoot a laser
Yeah.
over. You need a laser babysitter. Percy.
We're gonna have to buy Percy a helmet. Yeah, Kelly, we had one and they loved it, and we used it so much that the light started to get kind of dim, so we got to get a new one. still works. It's just harder for them to see it. It's harder for me to see it. Hey, Leo.
You are so lazy, Doc. He just sits and talks to us all the time.
And for some reason today, Stella tried to whoop up on Percy. I don't know why. I think she might have been jealous of the paper he was on. She's trying to get me concussed with a cat. We need jumps. We haven't had enough jumps. I have no idea what you're talking about, Leo.
What you do to Percy all day? Being lazy.
No, I don't.
Come for it.
No problem.
Bless him.
I was just confused as to what manbigator was. Maybe we should start doing this before they eat. Make them earn their food.
You say there's no jumps, but there's quite a few jumps. Synchronized jumps. Headbutt. A monster guy. I like him.
They chase the treats. I don't know if they would chase the food as much. They don't get treats as often. They know those are special. Lionel almost got it.
Down she goes.
Well, sort of. This is, I work on this floor, but this is also the the cat floor. Alabama. I zoomed in too close and now
Percy came through my legs.
never been to Kansas before. I might have a doppelganger or something, Leo. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've been to Texas, but never been to Kansas.
What are you hissing at, son?
What are you angry for?
I just got spooked by her.
Well, I guess the only comparison I could come up with for Alabama is Mississippi, because we seem to rank like right next to one another in everything bad. So Alabama is like Mississippi, except
Not quite as
not, yeah,
Mississippi.
we don't rank as low as Mississippi in things.
Sort of like Louisiana without New Orleans.
There are a total of 10 cats up here. There are 6 kittens, 2 mothers, and 2 that are permanent residents here. It sounds like there are people downstairs. But the 6 kittens and the 2 mothers, well, 6 kittens and 1 mother are currently up for adoption. The other mother may be soon. She has gotten a little more comfortable in her own skin and in her environment. Well, I'm born and raised in the South, but I think some of those rankings include like literacy and obesity and high school graduation, and which I can read. I did graduate high school, and I'm not obese yet, so I'm a statistical anomaly for those type of things.
I'm a transplant, so.
Surprisingly, some people manage to graduate high school without being literate, and I don't know how that happens, but apparently it's possible. Oh, Leo, this is not, you haven't seen them at their best. This is kind of tame for how they are sometimes. Yeah, I almost got nailed by Hank again. Yeah, normally they have a little bit of a break in between their dinner and this, but since I have to leave in just a minute, I tried to get everything done as quick as I could, and it was
No alligator death roll.
scoop boxes, feed, get them out and play, so it was just back to back to back. Oh yeah, I mean that education or literacy has no bearing on someone's personality, but it's just something they keep statistics on, and we're always near the bottom. No, I think my grandmother, I don't think she got out of like 4th or 5th grade, but it was a different time that she grew up in. Everyone left school to work on farms and all that type of stuff, so that was my dad's mother. My mom's mother never drove a car her entire life. We hope to have them adopted. We're doing an adoption event at one of the local pet store chains Saturday and Sunday. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think my grandmother grew up in a time where it was just women weren't expected to be able to do certain things, and that's how she was raised, and that's how her husband was raised, and I think she might have, outside of raising kids and helping with farm stuff, I think she might have had one job, and her husband made her quit. her husband being my granddad. I never met him, so he died a few years before I was born.
You just hiss at it, buddy.
Cool.
Says I try and be graceful.
That's cool. Get to see the world in that profession. That's one thing that would be cool about it, but I don't know. I hate to drive. But it's kind of when you're 15, you're like, oh, I can't wait to drive, I can't wait to drive. And then you turn 16, and, oh, this driving's great. 17, you're still okay with it. You have your freedom. 18, fine. 19, 20, kind of loses its luster. And now, many years past that, it's like, I have to drive. Really? I would miss it if I couldn't do it, but...
Can I just eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for dinner?
Yeah.
Getting something?
I don't really want to get out and get anything for dinner. I'll just eat peanut butter sandwich or a can of soup.
Corn dogs.
Yeah, our diet has not been the greatest since we've been doing this because we get home and we're both tired from work and being up here cleaning things, and our health. Yeah, and we feed all our animals before we actually eat. Yeah, ditto on that, Connie. That's how I am. If you need me to pick up something for dinner or pick up anything from anywhere, tell me before I get home. Yeah, seatbelts are pretty imperative. It's just automatic for me now. I don't even think about it. I just put it on as soon as I get in the car.
I'm the kind of person that's stressed out and worry about stuff, so I do it even like just in a parking lot because I'm paranoid that something terrible will happen if I don't.
We have both at home, Leo. I have 2 dogs at home too. Well, folks, we're coming up on about 30 minutes, roughly, and I have to go pick up some food for my folks so my mother doesn't have to get back out. And if you missed it, my dad had surgery today, and they were on their way back home when I spoke to them this afternoon, and I offered to pick up dinner so they can just stay at home once they get there. But we will be back tomorrow, 5:30, and hopefully with no hindrances and with some sweeter jumps.
They were jumping good. I hate on them.
Thanks, you guys. And as I say, unless the guy wants to come meet him tomorrow or something, that would be the only reason that I can foresee it throwing the close up off tomorrow. So thank you all, and we will hopefully see you tomorrow at 5:30. So everybody have a good night. Thank you, Leo. We appreciate it. Night, Tina, Connie, Larry, Kelly, Mr. Krabs, Aaron. I'm going through the list. Kelly. Is that everybody? Hopefully that's everybody. I'm glad you got to pop in, Tina. We don't see you very often, so thanks for stopping by. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Let it go, buddy. Let it go, buddy.